Hey, lovely people. This is Nyla from Crown of Glory. If you are new here, welcome. On this channel, we discuss natural hair care tips and hair recipes that cater to healthy hair growth. If you find interest in this, kindly join our community. So in today's video, as you all can tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you all how I am going to detangle this matted, tangled up hair. Oh my gosh, look how matted and tangled my hair is, y'all. This is actually like a week old braid out. And honestly, the braid out was a fail because my braids weren't 100% dry. So my hair was still damp and wet in areas, and it ended up frizzing up because my hair did not dry properly. And this is the result. And then on top of me leaving it out for a whole week, my hair became matted to this point, as you all can see. So my hair texture in the back is very coily, and in the front it's more so like zigzag. So basically it's 4C in the back, 4B in the front, and the back tends to clump together and stick together. It kind of resembles locks a little bit in the back. So when I go days without combing my hair, this is what happens. This is the nature of type 4 hair. So if you go through this or have went through this, it's completely normal. This is why I advise not to do what I did and not to neglect your hair. But honestly, y'all, I was procrastinating on actually getting around to my hair. So first and foremost, we're going to go ahead and separate our hair into 4 sections. I totally recommend you doing this, taking it step by step, section by section, so it won't be overwhelming for you, especially if you have a lot of hair, thick, coarse hair like I do. Go ahead and put your hair into sections and work it piece by piece. So before I do anything, I'm just going ahead and just feeling my hair, feeling what I'm working with, seeing those knots and single strand knots, and trying to work with my hair before I put any type of detangling tool on it. Just separating those curls and clumps, and y'all, my hair was knotting up. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do here first. Just go ahead and separate the hair. Look at all those tangles and those like web knots. So prior to putting anything on your hair or detangling it, just go ahead and work through those knots first, like little single strand knots or tiny knots like those. Don't expect for a comb or any detangling tool to pull through your hair. Well, that's what it's going to do. It's going to pull through your hair and break your hair off. Okay, so a little story time about this little back section here. As you can see, it's short. Last year, August, I had to get that area of my hair cut for a drug test for a new job I was starting. So she's slowly but surely growing back. So you all, to begin my detangling process, I'm going to be spritzing my hair with warm water, specifically warm water, because it helps open up the cuticles of the hair, and the warm water can seep through and penetrate the strands. So definitely start off with any liquid of your choice. I'm just using warm water. Once I spray that thoroughly on my hair, I'm just making sure the water is fully saturated into my hair strands. So after saturating my hair with enough water, I go ahead and use my wide tooth comb and detangle my hair from ends and work my way on up to the roots. So if you would like to, and I would recommend this, use a product that provides you a lot of slip for your hair to also help detangle your hair. You can either use water by itself, or you can use a product, like I said, that contains slip in it to help you detangle your hair. Either way it goes, both the water and the product with slip would help to just eliminate those tangles, loosen up those tangles, and help the detangling process, basically. So as you all can see, this is the result. You can see it's tangle free and my hair is movable, and yes. So we can't forget about our friend in the back. So we're going to go ahead and also spray her with some water as well. She has been growing in nicely, and now is not the time to neglect her. Never is the time to neglect her. So we're going to go ahead and work that in as well, and go ahead and comb her out. Okay, and so while we're here, I know I can't be the only one who like loses their hair clips. Like I literally bought a whole pack of hair clips not too long ago, and I can barely find any of them. Like I only found like one or two of my hair clips. Anywho, going ahead and combing her out, making sure she's thoroughly detangled. And you can clearly see how much of a difference water makes. Like water is our hair's friend, okay? Not only does it penetrate the strands and provide moisture, it helps to detangle your hair. So now moving on to the second half of that section that I've already sprayed with water. And so here I'm going ahead and just combing it from the ends first. Y'all, my ends are horrible. It's been a minute since I got a trim, so my ends get pretty tangled easily. So that's what I'm experiencing at the ends of my hair. So if you experience a lot of knots and just tangles at the ends of your hair, more than likely it's because you have to clip your ends like I do. So here I came across this knot here, and normally I would try to pull each strand out the knot, but this knot was particularly stubborn, so I just went ahead and clipped it off. I always keep a pair of hair shears on me because being a type 4 natural, being a natural in general, single strand knots are inevitable. Tiny knots, web knots, all that are inevitable. And sometimes you may be able to pull each strand out one by one, which is the recommended method, but other times the hair may be stubborn and it's okay to clip as needed. Okay, so I definitely believe that keeping your hair detangled is right up there with keeping your hair moisturized, because both of those steps in your natural hair regimen help to prevent a substantial amount of breakage. As you all already know, when your hair is dry, it's going to break, it's going to pop, it's going to become weak, it's going to break off. Same thing when your hair is tangled real bad, and when it's time to detangle it, you may possibly experience some type of breakage. Now, how much breakage you experience during the detangling process solely depends on you and how you are handling your hair when detangling it. So if you're being extremely rough and impatient with your hair, girl, your hair is going to break off. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, if you're not using water or some type of product with slip on your hair is going to break off. As you already know, do not, I repeat, do not try to detangle hair on dry hair. Do not. Do not. If you want your hair to break off unnecessarily, then you go right ahead and do it. So here I'm just finishing up any last minute detangling on this section here. And as I've told you all, my ends were pretty rough because they need a trim. And then on top of that, my hair is pretty tangled bad too. So that combined with needing a trim makes my ends just horrible right now. But I'm working my way through it, and we're getting there, and we're ensuring to still be gentle with our hair. And any strands of knots, I just go ahead and cut it off because I don't want that to get attached to my hair. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply this leave-in conditioner by Shea Moisture. It's a very thick type of cream, kind of buttery consistency, and I'm just going ahead and applying this to my hair just to provide a little bit of moisture. My hair wasn't necessarily dry in this video, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to add more moisture to your hair. So I'm going ahead and just putting that in my hair. I did not use a lot, and just working it all the way from the roots to the ends of my hair. And then once that is done, of course, I have to seal my hair in with some oil. I'm using the Miracle Oil by African Pride. It smells really good. And I'm just going ahead and raking that through my hair. And look at that sheen and shine that it's just given me. Look at that. So I'm continuing to rake that product through my hair. And then once that is all raked through, I'm going to go ahead and twist my hair up and out the way just to keep her nice and moisturized together. And once I finish detangling, I'm not going to just leave her out so she can get all tangled up again. So we're going to twist her right up, and we're going to put her to the side. And once we're done with this twist, we're going to go ahead and repeat the same process for the rest of my hair. One key factor to retaining hair length and preventing breakage with natural hair, and especially specifically type 4 hair, is you want to try to keep it as stretched as possible. When you let your hair dry without it being stretched, or just dry in a wet state without it being stretched, you're going to experience tangles, and this is partly why I experienced the amount of tangles that I did. Like I said earlier in this video, I attempted to do a braid out, but my hair was still damp in certain areas, and I already knew that my hair was going to get tangled and mat up because it did not thoroughly dry. And then I waited a whole 6 days after before detangling my hair, which is a no-no. So we're going ahead and twisting up our little friend in the back, and this is the end of the twist. And now I'm going ahead and repeating the process with the rest of my hair. Ryan Little. Ryan Little. Alright, you all, so this is the finished product of my detangled hair. As you all can see, my hair looks super fluffy and it felt so soft, and of course it got moisturized again. So at this point I can choose to style my hair any way I want, or I could have just proceeded with my wash day because wash day is approaching. But this is the end results. Please let me know how you felt about this video, if this was insightful and helpful to you, and if you have any methods to detangling, any specific products that you use that you feel help you during your detangling sessions, then please share with myself and others down below in the comment section. And of course, if you are new here, welcome, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, peace and blessings.